Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Oh, Cappy is... God, I'm getting old. It's only 7:40. Now, do I go to the cigar lounge and work on the book? Yeah, I gotta go talk to the guys. Video response, please. I read Worthless a few years back and left my criminal justice major. Awesome. You can name your children all after me, even if they're boys and girls. All of them are named Aaron. I am now a 22-year-old senior majoring in IT with a computer science minor. Awesome. I work out, have a good part-time job, play guitar, eat healthy, live on my own, do well in school, graduate with $3,000 in debt. That's one of my guys. Yeah. Which I'd be able to pay off the day of graduation and have a girlfriend. Life looks good on paper, but I'm chronically unhappy and bored. I have only a few close friends who I have outgrown. I have trouble forming new relationships at school because of my disparate political views and value system. I feel as though I must put on an act in order to fit in at school. Yeah, if you're and you don't even have to be conservative or Republican or libertarian. You just have to simply be not a leftist, and you're already going to be ostracized to a certain extent. My coworkers are cool, but I don't have the time to go golfing with them, especially since I'm in school and they aren't. Well, that's going to change once you get out of school, and then you go golf with them, right? You say, look, you're in the home stretch right now. There's other reasons I'm going to speculate why you're down and why you can't find friends. But you didn't go to college to find friends. Now, you should, in theory, find friends along the way. The most amount of friends I had. My graduation party, good Christ, I had 200 people show up at my graduation party. Those were good times. But they go away. But I didn't go to school for friendship. I went to school to get a degree and then get the fuck out. So you should have this little bump in your social life when you're not studying and working so much. And you leave a Marxist leftist entity, and I don't mean that it is a political sense, but where it's like you must be a leftist, otherwise you're not welcome here, to the real world where there's some people who actually have jobs and don't suck off their mom, dad's, or government's tits. Any advice on how to navigate making new like-minded friends, especially after graduation, or is it a lost cause in modern America? All right, then you're going to move. You threw 4 of them at me at once, so we're going to answer this question first. All right. If you're working and going to school full-time and all that, and you're seeing it's going to get better. But then prepare for it to get completely worse. Certainly by your early to mid-30s, it's just going to suck. That's when they start dropping like Messerschmitts in World War II. They just start dropping like flies. Because they go somewhere else. What friends you do have, they get kids. I've gone through it all before. They just leave. They're just gone. It's nothing you. It's nothing them. Life just pulls them away. Then the tired. Then they get the tired. But you, when you're younger, right now it's more the time, I'd say. So you should have a little jump in your social activity. You obviously aren't finding friends at school. And I can understand that. So it will get better when you're not going to school and you have a little bit of time and money and free time. So go golf with those guys. But here's a couple other things that is just, it's probably going to be endemic to you. First, you're not going to find Republican or Libertarian friends in college. The vast majority of my friends were liberal back in college because that's what the majority of people were. Factually, if they thought about their views, they were conservatives, or actually, matter of fact, most of them were libertarians. They were just perfectly brainwashed by your lovely professors and teachers and guidance counselors to think that they were Marxists. So I would not hold that against them and not befriend somebody because of their politics. Down the road, when you get older, it's more indicative of you're just a fucking idiot if you're still a leftist at 40. Like, it's not even necessarily the politics. Like, if I meet a guy my age and he's a leftist, it's like, well, I don't want to be friends with him because he's a leftist, in there so much as you're thinking of a childish, parasitic, like, there's other things wrong. There are more personal character flaws with you. If you're a 40-year-old man, you're still believing in Marxism. But at your age, as long as it's not key to them, they're not bringing it up all the time, go be friends with them. Right? They're good people. And you don't have much of a choice. However, if it is also the case, and I could see this, because times have changed since the old Capmeister went to college many, many, many years ago, that they won't befriend you, or all they talk about is their fucking politics, which is all that your generation really has. That's all you've been allowed to think and be identify yourselves with. If it's like that, like an actual cult, then yeah, man, you're just gonna, you could join the college Republicans, you could join the college libertarians. I don't know if you're gonna find, I don't know if you got time, I don't know if you're even gonna find good friends there, but I would be looking outside of college for your social life. You got 1 year left, so I wouldn't ruin it now. I mean, just get your degree and get out. Sacrifice this last year, and then go look for some social activity. But if it is like that, a goddamn socialist cult, and they're not going to befriend you because they find out that you're not a leftist. Again, not a Republican or a libertarian, but they find out you're simply not a leftist, like you might be a moderate, or you just don't care about politics, or you don't recycle. Well, yeah, so that's another. The other thing is, dude, I know you read Worthless. Go read Curse of the High IQ. That's why I wrote the damn book. No, that's not it. That's not it. There it is. Get this book. This may be the other reason. If you're in IT, you're using paragraphs, you're working hard, there's a good chance you may be a lot smarter than you realize. And if you read this book, you're going to find out one of the drawbacks of being significantly more intelligent than other people is you become a statistical oddity. You just don't fit in. Like, I mean, here in the Twin Cities, I am in the distinct minority of people who will not go see any professional sport. For every one of me, there is at least 100,000 Vikings fans in this town. Well, maybe not 100,000, but certainly 50,000 or 20,000. For every one of me who absolutely refuses to go downtown and watch the Twins play swingy stick, there is 25,000 people who will go and pay $15 for $20 for parking, and make $100 a day if it's just one person to see, full-grown men swing sticks at Sears. That's what over fences. If you're lucky, that's the exciting part. That's when we cure children's cancers. When a home run is hit. Oh wait, no, nothing happens. It's just the ball went over the fence. So stuff like that. It could just be that your brain is just not dumb enough, and it's true. You're just not dumb enough to get along and get mentally stimulated by the normies, conformies, and inferiors. And what I'd strongly recommend is you listen to some Jordan Peterson, you maybe test for Mensa. Definitely read this book. That's going to help you out, because I'm betting you got a really high IQ. I'm not saying that to kiss your ass, just these are the symptoms. Almost as if it's a disease of some kind. But then listen to some Stefan Molyneux and just take this to heart. Sometimes it may not be a solution. I mean, the number of parties I went to where people were just getting drunk, standing there with their sippy cup. Oh, dude, bro, dude. Listen to whatever, Alanis Morissette blasting on or Garbage or whatever. Garbage, the only band that actually was truthful about music in the 90s. And 90s had some good music. So that's another thing you may be having trouble finding friends. And I wish I had a solution. I don't. The only solution I got is go online, find some like-minded people, focus on your career. It's fucking Friday night. It's 8 p.m. I'm going to do this. This is the best expenditure of my time. So yeah, and try and join the meetup groups. Go do it in your 20s, because the people will actually go in the 20s. No one's tired in the 20s. You got 8 years, man. 8 years. And then people get married, they get tired, they get kids, they get old, and you're like, I'm going to stay in. I'm going to stay in. Not only when Cappy finds out he has stage 8 lung cancer, whatever cancer I'm going to come down with, not only am I going to become a banker hunter, I'm going to become I'm tired and just want to stay in former friend hunter, where I will beat them with canes and get them out of their house. Assuming I'm not too weakened by stage 8 lung cancer. And then you got another request here. Also, I've been in a relationship for 6 months that has been going smoothly, but I'd rather date one of my friends, and this has made me jaded on an otherwise positive relationship. My friend has always seemed interested in me, and I called her out on this in person a few months back. She said she was still comfortable with her relationship when it came to her boyfriend. Oh, you're friend zoned. Oh, you're friend zoned. Okay. And said that we should just remain friends for now. Yeah, you're friend zoned. She has no interest in you. She likes the attention you're giving her for free. She's not going to sleep with you. When this guy treats her like shit, she's going to run to you and cry on your shoulder, but she ain't going to let you have any access to her vajayjay. No. If anybody could have been friend zoned, you, my fine good sir, have been more friend zoned than the friend zones could ever friend and zone at the same time. Zoning of the friends and the friending of the zones. There was an entire conference had just to study how much could a person be friend zoned, and they used you as the case study. Scientists came up with labs and purified the amount of friend zone, and you are it in this particular situation. She is using you for attention. I know you say here, we still hang out often, but both as couples and alone, which I find odd after this encounter. Just sucks because I want to be with her, but I also do not want to be the backup. You're not even the backup. You're not the backup. You're not the insurance policy. She just likes the attention. What should I do when it comes to this specific situation? Get her out of your... Hang on. What is the... There's a meme going around. Your crush. It's a girl who's got a bunch of corn dogs stuck in her mouth. Like 6 of them. And it says, your crush. And it says, not your dick, not your dick, also not your dick, not your dick, also not your dick on each of the... You're not dating her. Get it out of your fucking head. You don't always get what you want. It was a song by a guy from a generation that should have long been shot ago. But anyway, yeah, dude, you're not gonna get her. Okay. I'm hesitant to leave my girlfriend because I have trouble meeting girls. And no shit, really? You're monkey branching? Look it up. Pad frogging, leapfrogging, lily padding. I'm hesitant to leave my girlfriend because I have trouble meeting girls, and it is good, albeit underwhelming, jaded relationship. How should I navigate this relationship? You shouldn't be in a relationship because you are dependent upon a woman. You're a codependent. And then I asked you, I said, what do you mean jaded? See, and then you throw me a bunch of other questions. Jaded, I mean the relationship is good, but I'm not enthusiastic about it because I'd rather be with someone else. Okay, this girl's not for you. Dump her. I mean, politely say, look, you're just not for me. I'm not ready. And you're 22. You're 22. Look, if it takes one girl for your eyes to stray, this girl is not for you, and you are leading her on. All right. And if she's good, have her go find some other guy. Give her, let her go, man. Just let her go. And you see, and you totally have not necessarily one-itis, but gee, really? You're not good with girls? That's why you're clinging on to them? I know you go work out, and that's good, and you diet. That's good, but man, you got to get rid of the fear. You got to get rid of the panic. It is okay to be single. And you should be single because you know who the fuck you are. You're like, well, this one's kind of okay. This one. These are other people's feelings. These are other people's emotions. These are other people. You're acting like a girl in terms of solipsism. Like, well, I could get, but I'm going to sit here and wait. Well, I don't like it. Dude, you're in no condition to be dating any woman. None. Neither the girl you want nor the one you're with. That's not my opinion. That's what it should be. You should at least let that girl go if this is what it's like, because you're not going to hang on to this girl. You're very insecure with yourself. I'm sure she's probably looking for another guy who's a little bit more secure with himself. And on top of it, you're 22. Of course she's going to be looking for other guys. You should be looking for other girls. I don't know why you have a girlfriend at this age right now. How should I navigate this relationship? You should be honest with her and to say, look, I'm not ready to date right now. You're a good girl, but I got to work some other things. And maybe later, because unless you're moving towards marriage, stop taking up her time, all right? Or a committed relationship, just stop taking her time. As graduated student approaches, I'm also trying to figure out what direction to take my career. I'm bored of my town, but I don't want to move to a liberal tech shithole. Do you still recommend Vegas? I still do, yes. I recommend the book Reconnaissance Man, which I had a copy of it. My God, how lucky are you guys that I have books for everything? There we go. Here's another book that'll save your ass. Reconnaissance Man. Go read it. Vegas is just one of many places I recommend you check out. You may have to go to a liberal tech shithole just to get your experience. I mean, a lot of people, I put out a video why you should never work for big tech. But people do come up with a good point that, you know, put 2 to 3 years in there, get it on your resume, and then get the fuck out of Dodge. I mean, do like the guys did in the Bakken oil field. You know, they live in man camps, live dirt cheap, make your 6 figs. Oh, well, in California, it's only 5 figs after they take the taxes away. Get your little check mark on your resume, and then get the fuck out. Again, you're 22. My girlfriend is a no, that was a different guy. Never mind, that's not you. I take that back. Yeah, life sucks. You may have to go work at a liberal shithole, but you know, there's the Texas corridor. What's the other corridor called? Or the triangle, the tech triangle down in Raleigh-Durham area. Go through that book. It'll give you some options. But yes, I still do recommend Vegas. They are growing IT-wise. Switch is out there. I think Google's putting another campus out there. It's people from California are leaving. Wow, who knew that was going to happen? And they're going to make Vegas better because we did such a great job with California. But you need to go and check out other places. You're bored of your town, but you don't want to move to a liberal tech shithole. I can see leaving your town. Start sending out resumes now, man. Get your internships. Go send your resumes wherever you want. When does school start? You got a week or two? I'd go drive around the West. Go find towns that you might be interested. Fly in, even if you don't have, you know, even if you get 3 days in 3 different towns that you can hit by driving your ass off, I would do it. But yeah, Vegas that's hard to screw up Vegas. It's really hard to screw it up. Any general advice on what to do when you're bored and underwhelmed with life? Yeah, dude, I get up every day and I work out somewhere in that day. I've been switching more to running because that releases more endorphins. Other people would say lifting releases more endorphins for them. But that's what I do. I always have a project. Sometimes it's problems I gotta solve and I never work on new shit like my books. Sometimes it is new shit. Like today, I finally get to work on my books. You gotta get some kind of group of friends now. I don't care, and that's going to be a part-time job, but you're going to have to go out. You're going to have to leave the fucking cell phone at home. Not that you're addicted to it, but yeah, man, you're going to have to go to meetup groups. You're going to have to try, man. You're going to have to try. Because I know in your generation, it's probably an uphill battle to meet people in the real world, but it is only going to get harder. Like, once 24 starts, it's downhill, man. It's downhill into a crevasse in your late 30s, early 40s. And then there's no one. And then there's a little bit of life at the end when everybody retires and they realize they're about to die and say, hey, maybe we should go have fun with people again. And then you're golfing with old people in Vegas. Let me see. Oh, you're in that town. That's kind of a shitty town. I could see why you'd want to move. Yeah. You're a good-looking dude. Yeah, you do work out. Is that your girl? She looks cute. Yeah, that town does kind of suck. I won't lie. I know exactly. And you're out west already, so you could do a little bit of a tour. If you're down a free round of golf. I might be. I got a buddy I crash with down there. Chaplain Dave lives down there. But yeah, dude, I am so sorry, man. I almost bet it's gonna be your IQ. And it's gonna be that you're young. It's gonna be your generation. All of shit that you really don't control. That area, I'd get into hiking. I get into a ton of hiking if you're not already into that. That I found good. Like, where I say running, that's because I'm a flatlander. You're near the mountains, I'd go hiking. Just get that endorphins up. One of my favorite hikes is in your town on the north side. Maybe go talk to a therapist, but there's another problem. You know, they'll say, oh, you need to go on drugs. You know, and you don't want to have clinical depression, but the psychology industry is so fucking bullshit and such full of frauds. I'd almost not do that. Have a chat with your girlfriend. That might put you in a better mood. And just try, hang on. Are there any good meetups out in your area? And that doesn't even, just because the title is good, it sounds like something you want to do. The people are going to fucking suck a lot of time. Let's see what you got. You got some programming meetups. Okay, as a hikers group. Okay, some IT stuff. Maybe that's something you go like go. There's a lot of IT stuff here in the Twin Cities too. Boy, some of these really sound bad. Tea tasting? Good Lord. Yeah, it's not the greatest pond to fish in, but there's some stuff. You just gotta stay physically busy. You may have to immerse yourself in your career. I think one thing here's one thing you can do. One thing you can do. I was really probably my happiest and my youngest, not my happiest, but one of the happier times of my life was I was in my younger 30s. I finally had time and money to travel. And the United States is big enough that at least the West gave me like a decade of adventuring and things to gnaw on. And that kind of like, oh, it's adventure, it's new, and it's exploring. That takes your mind off of it, and you're kind of like, oh, this is great, this is exciting. But you will explore, trust you me, you will explore the entire United States, the West part, that's the only part that matters, in about 10 years, if you put your mind to it. And then you'll be, late 30s. No, you'll be young 30s. And you'll be like, oh, what do we do now? The problem doesn't go away, man. It doesn't. I wish I could say, oh, yeah, you do X, Y, and Z. If you wanted to get married and have kids, not now. You're not in a situation for it. That would also keep your mind off of it. You'll have kids. Like, I see my friends who have kids, and they're just so darn busy. They don't realize, they don't have time to think about these ethereal things. They don't have time to save for money or retirement either. That's the other funny thing. But they are not like God on board with life. They don't have, they're miserable. They have kids they can't afford or manage correctly. It's funny. But they're not facing that problem. So if you have kids, that's going to go away. Focus on your career. And I say you are in the perfect spot now to do some reconnaissance out west. Absolutely. That's what I would do. Motorcycling, that's another thing. Maybe looking at getting yourself a motorcycle. Don't tell your mom, she'll be very upset. All right. Questions, answers, links down below. Get those books, Reconnaissance Man, Curse of the High IQ. That's for anybody who's pretty independent-minded. And if you have any other questions, click on the links down below, specifically to assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.